the sun goes down. 'Cause there's just one place to go in this dead-end town. And I'm walking down the street, not long now until we meet. And I think you know where we're gonna go, to this exotic show. This exotic show. When the band begins to play, we know where we're gonna stay, because this is the place to go. So get down, now you're free. Come on out and
Welcome to Local Distortion. On this podcast, I'll be talking to the best up-and-coming independent artists and bands. I am your host, Daniel Kirk. My guests this week are the Basement Strippers. Is it the or basement?
It's just
strippers?
Basement Strippers.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
If you want to put that in front of it, it's cool. We don't mind.
I mean, when we come on the stage, we do go, we are the Basement Strippers.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but you know,
Formally
Technically
Mum's
not.
Basement.
Technically not, but
if you're
if
gonna
someone
intro-
says it,
yeah.
it's no
it's
big
optional.
deal.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about the name first, as it's
Yeah, I kind of saw that one coming. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, we kind of saw that one coming.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good story to it, to be honest, and I think it sort of comes with the origin of us as a band, really,
Yeah.
because all of us, myself, Bailey, and Will, and Lucas, who isn't here today,
And a few of our other mates as well, yeah.
we're all students, soon to be ex-students of Bedford College. At least Will and Lucas, me and Bailey have been alumni for a year now. So that's how we sort of all met. Me and Bailey were off the back of a project that we tried to get going with a few of our college mates in the first year that didn't really work out. Will came on because he came on the same course as me, because he saw how much I enjoyed it, I think it
Yeah.
was.
Has copied him basically.
Just copied it. That's just it. And then we got him on and we recruited Lucas on drums. We didn't have any name, and we were really we were playing our first show, which was the charity show.
It wasn't even with the band. It was just Jamie and Bailey, and it was those guys did an acoustic set,
Yeah.
and it got to the last song or something, and
We didn't have a name.
We didn't have a name, but we were we'd all sort of agreed to sort of try and make the band work, and Bailey was like, "Oh, keep an eye out for the Mum's Basement Strippers coming soon."
And it was like,
And then I think Will, you said something like, "That's not our name," or something.
oh,
like
that was me. That was me. I was not going by that at all.
Yeah.
At first.
Well, the name sort of came from, we all hang out at Jamie's house, and
Yeah.
we just call it Mum's Basement.
Because it's like my mum's house.
And
Yeah.
I was doing one of those, you know, those like really cringy name generator things.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah.
enter in loads of personal stuff, and one of them was the Mum's Basement Strippers. I was like, it's perfect. And then, yeah, it got too much of a mouthful. After a while, we were like, you know
We
what?
ditched the mums.
Basement
Yeah,
Strippers, that's
exactly.
fine.
Just drop Mum and Basement.
I think
Strippers.
that made it a bit
Yeah.
too weird as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
As if
think-
Basement Strippers wasn't like a weird enough name.
Yeah.
It's a great name though. Every time I say it to people, they're like, "What?"
Yeah, no, exactly. That's the entire point.
Yeah.
I think it's like.
yeah.
I think it's go on.
It's the shock as well when we come out in the suits and that, and
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
what are they going to play? Like elevator music.
Yeah.
And then we
Like something from
it's
the
a
new
big
Arctic
shock.
Monkeys, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like to think it's like it sort of set the tone of like what we sort of the direction we wanted to go in as a band.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Definitely.
you know, we want to play good music and we want to write good music and put on good shows, but also we're just having a laugh.
Yeah.
We're just there to enjoy it. And
Yeah.
I think the name sort of shows
Well,
that.
yeah,
for
Because
us,
we have
you know.
that as our name, it's like there's no way we can change our sort of mentality
Yeah.
to it.
But I
you
think
know.
the suits help that though, because
Yeah,
then
the
they're
suits
like,
just amplifies
"Is
that
this
even
the right
further.
band
Yeah.
for the name?" Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of like just throwing people off.
it is.
And
Yeah.
then the whole idea of it is that we go on stage and we play a show and everyone.
But everyone
enjoys
remembers
it.
it. That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's
And
like,
this,
like-
that's
oh,
it.
the
It's
guys
all-
in suits. Oh, the guys with the really
But
Yeah,
random
it's
name.
all about
Yeah.
it's all about making an impression.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
So
that's
your
sort
music kind of has to live up to that, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, of course.
of- Yeah,
that's what we
the
try to
pressure.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do our best, but you know, I think between me and Bailey, we have. I feel like we have quite a strong songwriting core. You know, we're really.
Yeah.
You know, me and Bailey are the main writers of the band. It will be often one of us will bring an idea forward, and the two of us will work together
Yeah.
to sort of finish developing the song.
Or even sometimes the song will be like fully finished, whether it be from me or you, but we just make it fit the band.
Yeah.
We've had
exactly.
songs that we've played as a band, and we've sort of like come back and been like, it didn't really work. What can we do to improve it? And then these guys meet up. I think there was one time I was there as well, or something.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like we just sort of work on it, and I think they cover each other's bases. So it's like the stuff that Jamie misses, Bailey gets, and the other way around. I think it sort of works really well.
And of course, Bailey will write a vocal line that he'll sing out, and I'll think, oh, I don't know if that really fits my voice as well. So then I'll change that up and change around some of the lyrics as well, perhaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of how it works, and it's done us pretty good so far, I think.
Yeah.
We hope.
We hope so. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Well, you're here, so
Well,
it must have
exactly.
worked.
Yeah.
We've done something.
You've reached the
it.
pinnacle.
we've peaked, right? It's all downhill from here. Might as well pack it in.
Yeah. Now, quickly, because we jump straight in, literally, which is a good thing,
Yeah.
I forgot to introduce you. Would you like to introduce yourselves to the people?
So we are the Basement Strippers. We are a 4-piece rock band from Bedford. We have an EP that we brought out last July called The Exotic Show, featuring the title track The Exotic Show, and also a track We Are Not Afraid, which is featuring in an upcoming movie in America called Dead Squad.
It's coming out soon.
It's coming out soon, yeah.
Oh,
It's really
cool.
good.
They told us
So-
about 6 months ago.
Yeah,
But
it's always been
it
soon.
is at the stage where it's like there's a DVD copy now. It's
Yeah.
ready to
It
launch.
exists.
It's
Yeah.
legit.
So yeah, no, it's like
I
a
promise.
trashy C-list zombie movie,
Yeah.
but it's
Hey
It
man,
looks
that's
great.
cool though.
it
That's
looks
cool.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something. And
So
we've been sort of, since we released that, we've been sort of gigging since I'd say like about November time last year
Yeah.
through to now. We're planning to release more stuff this year. Just keep trying to gig as much as we can, really.
but Jamie, you missed the most important part. Who are the Basement Strippers?
Yeah, that's
So
what I was
you're-
gonna say.
So my name is Jamie Gilman Lewis. I am the lead singer and the bass player.
I am Bailey McNamee, or I go by Basil Slapmoney. I am the guitarist and backing vocalist.
I'm William Gilman Lewis. I play piano and more recently synthesizer. So just all the keys basically.
All
And
keys.
we are missing the lovely Lucas Hammond, who is our drummer, and the eye candy, of course.
True.
At the back.
He's off at Comic-Con today.
Oh, is he?
Oh, is he?
Oh, what a
Yeah.
guy.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Lucas, Comic-Con, more important than this.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's got his priorities.
Oh, I
right,
don't know.
so-
I'll let him off.
Yeah. It's a fair enough.
Usually I would be mad, but okay. So as we're Local Distortion, can you name? Well, I'm sure you can. 3 other local bands that you want to give shout outs to.
2 that are more local, 1 that's not so local. I would
Every
say.
band is local somewhere.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true. Very true.
And
Not so
every-
local to us.
No.
So we have some friends in the Radio Decade, of course, who've been here before,
Yeah.
and we also have some friends in Kezia,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, they
Also
are
like
sick
shout.
bands.
Casey,
And,
I'm pretty sure they're working on something, releasing something at some point this
Yeah,
year.
they don't
so
currently have music released,
No.
do they?
No,
No,
but they
not
are
currently.
releasing a single
fairly
soon.
new,
Yeah.
but I think it's in the works.
Incredible live band, though.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
absolutely,
fantastic live.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cameron's a great songwriter as well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think. And the other one is Kraken, which is a really good friend of ours. Tom Gulliver is based up in York.
Oh, okay.
They just released an EP called Nomad. Really, really good tracks.
It's
If you're
really
into
strong.
sort of like quite Alice in Chains sounding, but
I
it's
like
still
Alice in
got
Chains.
it's got like a different edge to it. They're adding like, I almost want to say some of it sounds kind of more like melodic and prog. Like the vocals
has
sound
a
really
few-
big.
It has a few progressive and classic themes of rock, I'd say. But yeah, it's really, really just a great piece of work. And
Yeah.
we're actually heading up to York. Is it next week?
Yes,
Next week, yeah.
The week after next.
week after.
We're heading up to York very
Oh, yeah.
soon to actually gig with them. So
Nice.
So it's gonna be a really good time.
Yeah.
And we said the Radio Decade, but they have been on here before, so that's a bit of a cheat. Can we say the Marble Apes as well? Very
Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
yeah. The
Do it.
Marble Apes, yeah, of course. We sort of like, I don't know if I want to take much credit, but
Well,
But-
we had a headline show
You
for
made
our
them. Is that what you were saying?
we had a headline show for when we launched our EP in
created the
September.
following.
We got them to open for us. I think it was
Yeah.
their first time playing main stage, and I
Yeah.
just remember asking them about it. They were just over the moon.
Yeah.
Mm.
They were.
And
they
ever
were super
since they've
excited.
been
Oh,
doing
yeah.
really well.
Yeah.
It definitely paid off. 'cause,
They paid
like,
off very
they
recently.
deserve to.
That's what I'm like
do
now when I
well.
put gigs on. I'm just like, I made
Yeah.
them.
I did this.
They played my
Remember me.
show.
Yeah.
That's why they're getting these shows. I should really get them back on my shows. Because those guys
Come
are taking
back.
advantage.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're a good bunch of boys.
Yeah,
and
I've
not
seen
and not
them
your
all
typical young lads. How old are they? 14.
No, they're like 14. They're really young.
Yeah,
So
but-
they got a lot. They got a lot ahead of them, and they're really, really good.
Mm.
But yeah.
A lot of potential.
Get them in.
Yeah.
Next time.
We'll speak to Alfie.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's go all the way back to the very beginning. What was the first album you guys ever bought with your own money? If you can remember.
For me, it was Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory.
Yep, standard.
it
Comes up all the time. I think it was my one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
That or Limp Bizkit
I love
for
the
me.
story. I love the story behind it. It's because me and Will bought an Xbox at a car boot sale, and
Nice.
And I hadn't, I'd listened to a few music, some music here and there, but it was mostly stuff that my parents listened to.
Yeah.
And I was still into it. They had loads of music saved on the Xbox because it's like an old one.
Yeah.
So I had
of course
like
they
Linkin
did, yeah.
Park and
Yeah.
Korn and all sorts of stuff. I listened to that Hybrid Theory, and I used to put that on loop. You know, you could put,
Yeah,
you could have the
yeah, I
music
remember
playing
that.
that
Yeah,
was
we
saved on
did
the
that.
console
Yeah.
while you were playing a game.
Tony
Yeah,
Hawk.
it was
Tony
great,
Hawk.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tony
yeah, yeah.
Hawk. And we just had that just on repeat. And that
It
was
synced
like,
up really well though, because you could still hear the sound effects of the game over the top
It
as
was
well.
yeah, it was really
Yeah.
great. It was really
was
great.
cool.
Yeah. So that was it for me.
For me, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it was American Idiot Deluxe Edition. I still think it's a cool first album, and you know I've seen Green Day live and stuff, but I'm not like an avid fan anymore. You know, I was more into them when I was a bit younger, more into pop punk in general when I was younger. But
Yeah.
No.
I think they're a good gateway band. You
Yeah,
know,
oh,
they get
absolutely.
they get so many kids into alternative music, and then
Mm.
people just branch off and find their own thing.
yeah, of course.
So I do kind of give them credit for that, even
Yeah.
though I don't really.
I think we all still have a soft spot, even if we're not avid fans. If it comes on,
if they
you
come
still,
on,
like,
yeah, you're gonna know all the words anyway, even though
think
you
so,
haven't
yeah.
listened to them in like 10
Yeah.
years or something.
Yeah.
They're just one of those bands, aren't they?
It's really interesting for me because like I've had piano lessons since I was quite young, but I was never much of the listener for music.
Yeah.
Like
That's the first
even as early as like last year, a bit earlier than that, I wouldn't really listen to too much. Like obviously I
You
did,
enjoyed
like-
it, but-
Yeah, I like had albums that I would listen to like on repeat, but I wouldn't really try new things or listen to new things until like earlier this year, last year. The first album, I'm not sure if I think my mum probably paid for it, but it was she used to take us to folk festivals. And
Yeah.
we went to Shrewsbury Folk Festival, and we
Mm.
saw a band called Molotov Jukebox.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
like a
singer,
sort of-
the singer is Tonks from Harry Potter.
yeah, the actress.
The person who plays Tonks in Harry
Ah.
Potter.
I think she's in Game of Thrones as well.
Yeah, she's in
Yes.
Game of Thrones
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
But basically, we saw them live. I totally fell in love. I think we all did. And
They're great. They're like this. I'd say they have like sort of traditional kind of Spanish folk, like Latin kind of influences.
yeah,
But it's also really contemporary. It's a really good blend.
it's great to like dance to. I think that was.
Okay.
Oh,
what I
absolutely.
enjoyed the most.
Oh,
It's just
absolutely.
like you
I
know,
haven't even really listened to them yet. I'll give them a go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I'll have
fantastic.
to check
Yeah,
them out.
It was kind of like we saw them, and then after the show they were doing signings, and then we met them.
Yeah,
took,
yeah.
Took
Cool.
the most awful picture because they just looked like completely dippy.
Did you still have the
So true.
very long hair?
I did.
Yeah, this is the long. He had hair like halfway down his back. Not
Yeah.
even lying.
Oh, nice.
It's a rough phase of my life. But yeah, I think that was probably the first album that I sort of had.
Now we're going to play a track from your EP. I'll let you guys choose.
Oh, whichever one we want.
Yeah.
What should we go for? I think We're Not Afraid, personally.
We're Not Afraid Now and then Exotic Show later,
Yeah.
if we can choose.
Yeah, that's fine. It's your podcast.
Yeah, cool. we settle on We're Not Afraid.
Don't hold your tongue. They are scared of you 'cause you are young. You have a power and you have a choice. Now tell me, will you use your voice? And let me hear you say, you don't
So let's talk about the EP. So we'll do a track-by-track commentary.
Oh, let's do
nice.
it. That's gonna be
So
fun.
you can either go like lyric-wise or like production-wise. Totally up to you. You can mix it up for each song. Doesn't matter.
All right.
Exotic show.
Cool.
The exotic show.
Yeah. So that was really interesting with that one because we had all of the other songs written already, but when we came to do the EP, we had that and like 2 or 3 others. We sort of came up with the idea with the name Exotic Show
And Basement Strippers.
Yeah,
and
and
sort of ties in.
Yeah, from the Exotic Show, we were like, okay, let's write a song based around this rather than the other way around. So it's quite an interesting process because these two wrote it together, I think.
Yeah,
You want it to
Jamie's
be-
like the main credited. It's like Jamie and Bailey.
But it was kind of like, it was interesting compared to all the other songs which we already had and we'd already worked on. That was the only one that was written for the EP, and I think it worked really well.
Well, if I remember it correctly, so you had a song before.
Yeah, I
Dead
had
End Town.
I had a song before which had the chords that what we did was we just changed the tempo. We just changed everything up pretty much. We kept the chords and the general skeleton of the song, but we wrote new lyrics over it. We just did everything.
I think I seem to remember coming over, you played it through to me, and I went, that's almost done. Let me add this. Let's work this, change this. We sort of just did that, and then we wrote the lyrics together, and boom, there it was. It's like
We had the solo in the middle as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
and that
stuff like
bridge.
that.
That was cool. Yeah. It's the song's fictional. It's completely.
Yeah, no, it's just the song is like, because it's talking about going to a gig basically.
Yeah.
The Exotic Show.
And
So it's like,
It sort of
Going
ends
to
up.
your show.
yeah, I think it's sort of akin to like like The Monkeys by The Monkeys.
yeah,
Where
yeah,
it's like, you know, it's
It's
the
just
kind
an
of song where it's
introductory
like,
song
You're here to
talking
come and
about
watch
us,
us.
yeah.
Or another
This is our
good band,
Exotic Show.
a band we played with who are doing really well at the minute, the Kenneths.
yeah, of course,
They've
yeah.
got that song, the self-titled one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It sort of introduces them
Yeah.
on that first EP. Brilliant band, if you haven't heard them before.
Yeah. No, and it was just mainly that. It was just like we write. What can we put to write a song about an exotic show? You know, just sort of as a concept. And then we kind of just thought of all of these different things that would be part of it.
Although I do think now we've got to go to Amsterdam or something and live it up. Now we've got
Yeah.
to go to an exotic show.
I mean,
It would make like an interesting music video for that song.
Yeah, that's what we
true.
thought.
yeah, no, true, yeah.
Yeah, I think we did talk about doing a
That was with,
video at some point.
Jamie Hammond, who was that's Lucas's dad. He was managing us and sort of helped us with the promotion and branding.
It was mainly getting us off the ground.
Yeah. And he was saying like it would be great if it was like old men dressed in our suits going to an exotic show or something. That'd be brilliant.
Dirty old men.
Yeah.
Just go to watch some strippers.
But then they like come on the stage and then it's like us.
Oh yeah.
So we're all
Yeah.
like,
It's like in Zimmer frames, and then they just like jump up or something.
Yeah.
You know, was it the Foo Fighters Run? The music video for that when they're all old people in there.
Yeah,
home.
exactly. Just rip them off.
Just totally rip Foo
that
Fighters
was
off.
the idea. Yeah. So I think that was sort of the idea behind Exotic Show. Sort of, I think it works really well on the EP because it sort of sets the tone.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like this is
definitely
we're the
does,
Basement Strippers. This is the Exotic Show, our EP. This is what we're all about.
Yeah.
I think
To this
that's
day,
about
it's
it
what
with
we
that
finish
one.
our sets on.
Yeah,
as
we've
well.
never finished this out on anything else. There's a bit near the end
So
which we
far.
sort of turn into a breakdown, like we long it out and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the track
Okay.
after the solo, it's just got that dun-dun, just hitting that one chord.
Yeah.
And when we're live, we normally talk over it, do like a bit of solo, piano, drums, and then we come back in.
It just really works as a live track, and I think that's one of the big things that I was like wanting to achieve when I went into writing the song.
That's about it.
Yeah, I
For
think that's
Exotic.
it for Exotic Show. Yeah.
We are not afraid.
Ah,
So We're Not Afraid, I would say, it's not the oldest, is it, of the 4 tracks? I don't know if it's not older than
no,
Amendment.
it is. It's other than Shell. That's the second track. we
No,
worked
I
on.
don't think it's older than Amendment though.
No, Amendment. Yeah, okay. Amendment's the oldest song.
All right.
But let's move on to that.
Oldest, yeah.
So We're Not Afraid is a song I wrote about 2 years ago now. Basically, it's kind of a politically motivated song, but my intention of it was not to bias it in either way. It's just a song about you need to care about stuff like politics and things like that, because I care about it a lot, and I feel like a lot of people in sort of our age like don't read into it as much as they should.
Well, me and you don't even we don't even share the same political opinions like half the time.
Not completely, no.
But it's like it's a thing of at least we care.
Yeah, I think
Exactly,
the whole
yeah.
idea is like regardless of who you support, like you just stand up.
It's your right to vote.
Look into them,
exactly,
know what you're talking about, and you know, don't be afraid. It's like open your eyes. It's literally
and also
the lyrics.
it's the fact that, you know, no one like the two sides, no one's above each other. You know, it's like just a song about saying just be genuine to yourself and
for a political song it is very neutral.
And that's purely the intention.
Literally, it's whether you're Remain or Leave. It's whether you're Conservative, Labour, or anything. It doesn't matter. Go vote.
It comes down to you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's what you want out of it for yourself.
Yeah,
at the end of the day. It's like if you're not going to do it for, you know, the greater good, but as long as you vote, you've actually contributed, and you know exactly.
Riff wise, I took quite a bit of inspiration from like Royal Blood. And
of
Muse.
course.
I mean,
As
Royal
you
Blood's
do.
like probably one of my favourite bands, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I take a lot of inspiration from them. But yeah, I'd say that'd be it.
I think it was kind of because I know you mentioned earlier about the project you had before Basement Strippers. I think it was really interesting to see how the song changed, bringing it to us.
Of course, because I wrote it for that.
Got, you know,
I
the piano
our last band.
and there was one guitarist less.
Mm.
You know, and it was kind of like it's really interesting to see how it was before and how it sort of evolved into this new track for the Basement Strippers.
Do you always start them like acoustic when you write songs? Because you obviously do.
Not always. It's a mix.
I was going to say, even with me, sometimes like tracks that we haven't recorded or played much, like The Plunge.
Because I know you used to do, or you sometimes still do solo stuff as well.
Yeah, I
so
do, yeah.
I didn't know whether that like features into like
So
how the songs
quite split
begin as well.
There's some songs I will just write on the bass or an electric guitar, just and sit and play and just get a riff out or something like that, and then go from there. Sometimes it will be an acoustic song which will sort of transfer to a band situation. Sometimes I will just sit on Logic and just record a whole arrangement. Yeah, you know.
That actually segues perfectly into the
next
track.
Yes.
Yeah,
Standing
it's like
in the
I
Bridge.
planned it.
Yeah, it's all according to plan. Yeah,
Because
Standing in the Bridge was actually originally a completely acoustic song.
Yeah, it was a solo song that I wrote and recorded a demo of at home.
I could just tell that.
Yeah,
I'd say it's the most different of all the songs on the EP. It's definitely
I think that's going to be even more prominent with the next EP as well. To be honest, there's no tracks like it still. It's still our lightest track.
Yeah, it's sort of.
I think
it's sort of compared to everything else. I think it's the biggest out there.
It's really fun.
We've got other light songs, but it's just we haven't recorded them, / are going to record them. So for now, it's going to still be our chill one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the song. I was trying something new when I wrote the song. Because I've written a lot of songs about me and about what I do. This one was actually like I wanted to imagine myself in a situation. So it was someone who'd really screwed up their relationship. And this is completely fictitious as well. Like this is no relation to anyone. Someone who'd completely screwed up their relationship and like just didn't know what to do and wanted to just escape from it all. Yeah, I'd say it's probably the darkest theme of all of them, despite being the lightest song. You know,
currently.
Yeah,
darkest.
Yeah. we got a new track coming. I won't say the title.
Which will be. Yeah. That's mainly what I wrote the song about, and I wanted to just go off of that really.
It's almost like the Smiths and the Cure in the sense of the song actually is quite happy sounding, quite bright, but like same with the Smiths and the Cure, they always
got like a darker tone.
Yeah, like the lyrics always tend to be like quite sad but very upbeat music, and the same with Standing at the Bridge. It's not quite as upbeat, but it's quite chirpy.
The place where I took the most inspiration from that song, or let's say the artist I took the most inspiration for that song for, was Frank Turner.
Yes,
he is very much a sort of bittersweet in his writing, so he'll write very happy sounding stuff.
Especially like with his first sort of, was it the album he did or was it an EP?
Sleepers for the Week. That's his first album.
Yeah. That was kind of like that as well. It's all bittersweet acoustic stuff, wasn't it?
I mean, me and Will are massive fans of Frank Turner.
Yeah.
His album Tape Deck Heart is an album about screwing up relationships, but being the one responsible.
Yeah.
So I sort of took directly from that, and I thought, well, why don't I write something that's similar to that theme?
Yeah.
You know, so that's what my thinking was when I went into that song.
But when he took it to the band, we all put our own twist on it. So on the clean parts, I added, the chorus pedal and sort of changed the chords to be a bit more open. That is, I love that sort of 80s tone. But I try not to make my chorus too 80s. You know what I mean? Just to give it that nice simmer. You know?
I think the in terms of recording, sort of writing the song for the band, I think it was definitely the hardest.
Yeah,
because we had a whole process where it's like Jamie brought it to the band. Because at the time, like we said earlier, we've been managed by Jamie Hammond, Lucas's dad, and he sort of was really pushing for us to play the song. We were a bit unsure about it, and then he sort of said to us like, "Let's give it a go." We tried it, and we just couldn't. There was something about it we couldn't figure out.
I think I remember there was I said this recently, didn't I? There was that session where we played it, and like it was the end of the session, because in the last hour we normally songwrite if we're not rehearsing sets, or if we are, And I remember we played it through, and I just went, nah, this just doesn't work.
Yeah,
we don't like it.
We were really close to giving up on the song.
Yeah.
And then Hammond was like, just go away with it. He's like, and sit and all of you just write your own parts. Just really do what you want with it. And we came back. I remember we just played it, and we were like, that's it.
Yeah, I think once we sort of got the dynamics.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's really slow at first, and then everything comes in, and then it sort of goes slow later, and it's kind of like much more simple. And it's kind of like, I think that whole sort of, those dynamics sort of are what makes that song what it is in the band. I think that's sort of what makes it unique.
Yeah, and what sets it apart.
So like, it's just those dynamics, and I think once we sort of figured that bit out, everything else just sort of fell into place.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
definitely the hardest song though that we've done.
Yeah.
We really did
for a simple song.
Absolutely, yeah.
Last track,
Amendment. Yeah. So this one was like, is our first like proper band song?
I think so.
If
Yeah.
I remember correctly, because these guys had already written it.
And recorded it once.
Yeah, actually.
Was that with the previous band?
Yeah, it's still up somewhere.
It's on Spotify, I believe. Wait, it's
not on
No,
Spotify.
SoundCloud.
That's
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, if you wanna look it up.
And when we get home, that's going down. Actually, I don't think I even have a login, so yeah.
It's staying up.
So don't look for it.
But yeah, it was a song that I wrote acoustic originally, and me and Jamie. Actually, I think we played that song even before a band. I think, yeah.
It was before any band had been sort of decided on.
So I'd written most of the lyrics. This is the song where it's Bailey credited and then co-wrote with Jamie. So I'd written it, got most of the lyrics, got all the guitar parts down apart from that bridge.
Yeah.
The lyrics are pretty much the same, apart from the bit what I sing on the bridge and do the cross vocal with Jamie was the chorus before, and then we went away with it, and then me and Jamie wrote that chorus together, and then you wrote the second verse, and then you wrote the bridge part.
Yeah.
And then we had a song. It sounds very different acoustic to what it does now.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things that sort of happened when it was brought to the band. We really rocked it up. I think
for sure.
I think looking back at the EP, it's definitely the one that we play the least. We don't really play it at our shows anymore.
Oh, okay.
It's still got a special place for us.
Yeah,
but,
it's definitely.
I think we just prefer some of our other songs now.
Yeah. It's a really important track for us. It sort of shows sort of where we started.
Yeah.
It still holds a lot of place in all of our hearts though, because it was the first proper track.
Yeah.
Lyrically, it's
kind of that thing of like building up a relationship again.
Well, it's about sort of the way I wrote it with my side of the lyrics.
Yeah.
Was I felt sort of a bit trapped in a relationship where the girl hadn't done anything wrong necessarily. I just didn't feel it. But that was why it was hard for me. I was like, how do you break up with someone who hasn't really done anything to annoy you? And so for me, that do you know what I mean? Like, it was just like, what do I say? What do I do? Yeah. So I felt
you haven't
trapped.
Annoyed me. That's why we're breaking up.
But it's as much you've done nothing bad as you've done nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like just nothing at all.
Yeah.
There just wasn't something there.
Yeah.
That's no contribution.
Yeah.
But the song was like kind of I didn't want to like fall out with her, but it was just about how I just didn't want it to just disintegrate. Like,
you
into
didn't want
nothing.
it to sort of affect you know, because you still like each other.
Yeah,
still
I just didn't want to
respect
hurt
each other as people.
either.
Yeah.
Like, because that's kind of a rough thing to be like, I don't fancy you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no easy, nice way
There's
to
no
put that,
way to
is
do
there?
it.
No,
This
no.
is, yeah.
But actually,
If anyone does figure that out, like, they'll be a millionaire.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course. But actually, the weirdest part, there's actually one section of the lyrics that just doesn't really correlate with the song, but they still work with the song somehow, because this is when I was really early on into it. I only wrote that, what was previously the chorus, but now it's the bridge. So that part that I sing is actually, I remember watching the sort of reenactment kind of documentary called Control. It was about Ian Curtis from Joy Division, and I remember watching it. Obviously, I've read up about him a lot as well. Like, I love Joy Division. It was just like there was a lot of signs there to have stopped him killing himself, you know, especially lyrically and stuff. And I remember writing those lyrics in the perspective of his wife, of how she could have maybe... I mean, to be fair, he had an affair with her, you know, it wasn't great. I wrote in the perspective of her maybe of being able to have done something to stop it and help him out a bit more. Because the guy clearly had lots of issues, like very obvious, and obviously he had his epilepsy and he used to do the dancing on stage to hide his fits and stuff.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but I'd say those lyrics just really don't correlate, but somehow they still work with the song because of how I've worded them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as I say,
So
it was
some
earlier
dark
on.
undertones in this one as well.
Yeah.
Kind of.
guess,
I think
yeah.
I think if there's one lyric that really sort of defines it all, it's the second line of the chorus where it says, "This bridge is broken, but we can mend it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's a great line.
That's what the song
I think it's
is
sort
about.
of the message. Is
What a line.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
I don't mean to brag.
But yeah, no, as we say, it's still got a very special place in our hearts. You know, that's the first song we co-wrote, first song in the band, really properly.
Yeah.
But
We do play. We played an acoustic thing at Esquires about a month ago now, and we did play there. So I think it's sort of it's still with the band, but I think more an acoustic. I think it sort of fits that kind
I think
of
more
vibe
in
a
this
bit
sort of
more.
intimate and special kind of small
which is
gigs.
it's funny. It's sort of gone full circle. Started
Yeah.
with acoustic, sort of evolved, and now it's gone back. And I think
we might even re-record it acoustic at some point if we get a chance.
one
Yeah.
day.
I mean,
Maybe
the
a
songs are-
B-side or something.
The songs are solid 2 years old, so it's had a
Yeah.
good life.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we
That's
got
the EP.
yeah, we got pretty deep there.
I like it though.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Okay, so before we maybe do one or two more questions, we need to plug a certain gig that is coming up on the 29th
Absolutely.
of June.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you want to tell the people about it?
So on the 29th of June, we're going to be heading to our home venue of Bedford Esquires to play a gig alongside the Radio Decade, False Hearts, and headliners Kill the Ideal.
Brilliant band.
Hosted by Local Distortion.
Of course, by Local Distortion.
And Matchbox.
And
Good old
Matchbox,
Nigel.
The one and only.
Yes. That's our second proper event at Esquires.
Yeah.
Big
So
one,
yeah, it's going to be huge.
We're definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
Definitely
Obviously,
got a
buy
lot of mates
tickets
that are
off these
interested.
guys.
Yep.
Cheaper
Yeah.
tickets off these guys.
They are online at the minute, aren't they? I
Yeah.
know.
Online.
Yeah.
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 We've got a
Yeah, we've got
big
online as well.
cartel
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
The cartel's great. You just,
It is
you just
good,
post
yeah.
all your tickets online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, come down to that one. That's going to be a sick
Kill the
show.
Ideal, man. Really.
They're really good. I
really
mean, I've actually just been listening to them a lot, and I actually really enjoy them.
I've
Yeah.
added them to my main playlist. That's like
Yeah.
an achievement.
If Bailey adds
Oh my
something
God.
to his playlist, his playlist is titled "Every song on here is at least a 6." So
Yeah. Wow.
That's
so
very
wow,
ambitious.
it's at least a 6.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Definitely.
I'm looking forward to playing Holy Mollies again. I absolutely
Yeah,
love
it's the
that
venue.
stage.
Like we've played Esquires plenty of times, but we mostly play main stage. But I think we slightly prefer.
Oh, we mostly play main stage.
I don't mean to brag.
I'm
but-
dragging you downstairs again. Sorry.
No. Do you know what? I think we actually slightly prefer Holy Mollies.
Oh, I think I do.
I think
definitely.
it's a better venue. To
I
be
think
honest.
so.
I don't like
Like,
upstairs.
it's-
I
sort of
think
like-
upstairs is a better sound,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Holy Mollies has such a good atmosphere because like
Yeah.
you're so close to the
Yeah.
crowd.
It's more
Yeah.
intimate.
It
Definitely.
is,
And
yeah.
I think for
Yeah.
Bedford, like, we have a great scene in Bedford just in general, but I think unless you've got a band on main stage that's like selling out or is close to selling out,
It's
gonna-
really
gonna
hard to
sell
get that
out.
room full.
It's
Yeah.
hard to sort of feel that same kind of atmosphere.
Whereas in Holy Mollies, you don't even have to bring a lot for the room to feel pretty crowded,
Yeah.
and you're like, this is good, this is what we want.
It's just fun. It's fun to play to a full room.
It's great when you get a mosh going as well.
So the last time we played there was in February when we supported a band called Dead, and also the Kenneths. They were
the
touring.
lovely Kenneths.
They were touring. We supported them when they played at Esquires.
Oh yeah, and look at Dead now, man. Like that album is brilliant. They're doing so well.
Supported Mallory Knox recently on tour.
Nice.
They supported water parks in Europe as well. So they're doing good. You know.
Yeah, really nice
Sweet.
guys. We really
And
appreciate
we
it.
for them.
Yeah, we really appreciate that.
Claim
gig.
to
It was
fame.
Great.
We did it. But we're definitely looking forward to that. Was it 29th of June?
Yes.
Yes.
29th.
It's
Beautiful.
going to be a good one. Going to be a
Which
good
is
one.
a Friday.
Friday, yes.
Friday.
The best day.
The best day.
Yeah.
Right. Let's play one more track. What do you want to play?
Exotic Show, I think.
It has got to be.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Call you up as I watch the sun go down. 'Cause there's just one place to go in this dead end town. And I'm walking down the street, not long now until we meet. And I think you know, but we're gonna go to this exotic show. This exotic show. When the band begins to play, we know where we're gonna stay, because this is the place to go. So get down, now you're free. Come on out and move with me, and let's dance to this exotic show. The girls backstage getting ready to dance all night, but they're all drugged up underneath the neon lights. And the stage door opens wide, and we start to pour inside. The lights are low, and we're ready to go to this exotic show. To this exotic show. When the band begins to play, we know where we're gonna stay, because this is the place to go. So get down, now you're free. Come on out and move with me, and let's dance to this exotic show. Yeah, let's go. When the band begins to play, we know where we're gonna stay, because this is the place to go. So get down, now you're free. Come on out and move with me, and let's dance to this exotic show.
Alright, we have come to the end of this amazing interview.
It's been quite amazing.
Yeah,
It's been
it
quite
has.
a
Joe,
spiritual
I
journey.
didn't expect it to get as deep as this, but it was great. I liked it.
And
No one
you
ever
know-
really knows what to expect or how it's going to go.
Yeah.
And you just think, oh yeah, we just answer a couple of questions.
Yeah, we just
That's
in
the
the
best
band.
part though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I play piano.
I think that's the best part, though. You go into these kind of things not really knowing what to expect, and it's great.
It's fun, and here we are on the other end.
Yeah,
We've gone on an adventure.
You survived the podcast.
Yeah, we did it.
Oh dear.
All right. So where can everyone follow you guys on social media?
So we are on Instagram at basement_strippers. We're
Nice.
on Facebook at basement strippers, and we're on Twitter at basement_strip.
Strip.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that because I found it hard to find you guys on Twitter.
No.
And
Been
then
exposed.
we are on YouTube, but there's not much content there yet.
Yeah,
so
we do plan on releasing
Obviously,
some early stuff
Spotify
on
and
YouTube soon.
yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, just basement strippers.
We come up. There's a band called Basements. They come up before us, but
Yeah.
we're like normally second or third result.
I think it's hard
I
to
do
miss
like
us. If you go on Spotify and type in basement strippers,
Yeah.
we will be the
Boom.
first thing that comes up.
Unique
so.
name.
Yeah, exactly.
Unique name, unique EP title. Nothing.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
rarely anything on Spotify. I looked it up. There's rarely anything with the word exotic on it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
So
that-
you can
Don't mean to brag. but-
It's like what do you call it? Vampire Weekend, and how they cleverly named themselves as two of the most googled things of that year.
That's
Ah.
really interesting. Yeah.
That's really smart. I like
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's clever.
that. Was that when Twilight was big?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Makes
And
sense.
weekends.
Fact of
cool.
the day. Weekends
Where
always
is the
been big.
weekend?
Just every weekend go on a Twilight binge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Couldn't think of anything worse. You can follow Local Distortion on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We sometimes do funny, stupid things on Instagram.
That's what we like.
Memes now, apparently.
Yeah. The memes are
the
pretty
way
good.
forward.
It's the
Yeah.
it's the way in it.
Yeah.
It's advertising, yeah.
Gets a lot of engagement, which is good. So
Yeah,
yeah,
true.
that's why we
Definitely.
do it. Yeah. And we also do a weekly Mixcloud playlist podcast
Yes.
on Mixcloud.
We were
Which
on
is-
one of those.
Yeah, you were featured on one of these. And,
Yes.
Mate, that's it.
and it's just a way of just getting more bands involved and me actually having time to listen to bands as well, because
Yeah,
doing
absolutely.
this I don't actually have a lot of time.
Yeah.
So doing that playlist makes me
It's
You know,
really nice
discover
as
so
well.
many
Like
bands.
you always find a few bands on there. It's
Sure,
great.
and I actually did listen to the whole thing. Really liked a lot of the bands.
yeah, it's getting a
Some
lot
great
of,
songs.
yeah, it's getting
Yeah.
a lot of really good feedback actually. So that is definitely going to be
Continuing.
the foreseeable future. Every Wednesday there's a music playlist podcast. We do acoustic sessions. We do obviously podcast interviews on our main YouTube channel. And yeah, we have t-shirts for sale which help support the channel because we do all this for free. These guys aren't paying me. I'm here on a Sunday just sitting in a hot sweaty shed.
It's quite hot and sweaty.
It's gotten progressively like hotter.
Yeah, it's getting
And
worse.
sweatier.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got an acoustic session to film right now actually. So
Very
yeah,
awesome. Let's do
tune
it.
in for that. There will be links in the description or after this interview for those links when it eventually comes out, because this might come out before. I don't know yet.
Yeah,
Depends
we'll
what
see.
I want to do first. Because it's my channel, I can do what I like.
Nice.
I'm in control. All right, cheers guys.
Brilliant. Thank you
We're
very much.
done.